I'm sharing my story with the intention of hopefully, especially if you are younger. I'm 56 years old here in Virginia, USA. If you are younger, sorry, you take out something. I guarantee you'll take out something. Sorry, I have to stop this. You take out something. Sorry. There's a sound here. I have to stop it first. Okay, I apologize for that, especially those who are coming later. Those of you who are live, I intended to share this, but most of you are new. Most of you don't know my story, why I do what I do, and why I do it with passion. So please like it, share it, invite your friends. Like it, give it some likes. I'm talking about how do you get to work for yourself? Because that's what I'm doing. Online, 100%. And what led me to do that and why I'm so passionate to share it. The kind of principles and habits that got into that. Because I'm interacting with many people, by the way, I'm about to share this. I just opened it up today. Oh, you could have this. I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. It says, take a step to a better you. I ordered a sample. It came. So we can talk about this later. But let's first do this business. I'm about to share my story. It's like you came to my house because I shared it a long time ago. Actually, it brought so many people to my channel. That was before COVID, around that time, around early 2020. That's when I shared it. I remember it was mad. It brought so many people to my channel. But now many of you are new. So I have to share it again. Dr. Pamela, how are you? I invited you. I wanted to do a project with you, but you didn't come. So I gave up now. There's something I wanted to do with people in Kenya, but you gave me an appointment. I didn't show up. I'm talking to someone in the chat. Okay. What does it take to be committed to create something you call your own? Something with your own name. That Dr. Pamela did it. I see. He has this doctor thing. He's from Kenya. He knows what I'm talking about. Something with your name. And until you do that, I got that from these books. I always quote these books. And if you want these books, I'll put a link on the description below. This time I said I keep talking about the books, but I don't give them a link. It's in the description below. You can get it from Amazon.com. I learned a lot from these two books, and I'll never go back. Until you create something with your name, something you are in charge of to bring money to your pocket, your life is in trouble. I'm telling you, I'm about to share a little bit of my story. Maybe you'll believe me when I say it's important. I'm not saying go quit your job, but it's important to have some kind of money that that one is guaranteed to come. So, if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Sherifa Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And let me first say where this is going, because I have some notes here, the principles and the habits that I'm going to share. So if you come later and you don't want to hear about my stories, you can skip. Maybe I'll take some time to break it down for you. So you can go down and just skip and go to these principles, because I'm bringing them later. You see how they're connected to my story. I'm saying if the principle that I'm going to discuss and the habits, you have to know your why to do what I do, or to do something like what we do online 100%. You have to know why you're doing it. Number two, you have to be committed, to believe in yourself, and committed to learning, and to be resourceful. I'll explain all that. Those are the principles you're going to need. Then the habits. You're going to be committed to managing your time properly, because no one is going to wake you up. No one is going to say, do this, do that. No, you are on your own. So it doesn't have to be online. Maybe you have a business somewhere. No one is going to wake you up. It's up to you. So time, you have to manage it right. Then, in fact, they say time management is personal management. When you find me talking about time, it's managing you as a person to be able to manage the time. Then consistency. Like when you come online, consistency, daily. I'll go into details of that, how you do that. Then learning, continuous learning. That one is a given. And as I'm talking about this later, when I'm going to share my story first, then I get into explaining the detail. You see that I'm going to relate it to the jobs. Your job. because all these things are still needed if you are doing your job. So now, why can't we use those same things and create something we call our own? That's my point. If you're doing it for someone else, why don't do it for yourself? Okay, so we're going to come in that, networking. Those are the points, adaptability that I'm going to discuss. But before all that, before I get into that, I have to share my story. And I have recorded a video, but I chose to just come live because interacting, you can even ask me any questions. So, Sherifa Nakalema, I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. I'm a YouTube, I'm a TikTok, I'm everywhere. But all this I had to create. It all started a long time ago, originally from Uganda. And my original education is from Makerere University, a bachelor's, upper second degree actually in economics. Then I worked for Uganda Revenue Authority, where the first people to start Uganda Revenue Authority, if you are connected to Uganda. We started it. It used to be Ministry of Finance. And then they said people were too corrupt. So they separated it out. We were the first people to be changed to move from finance to Uganda Revenue Authority. If you're in USA, Uganda Revenue Authority is the equivalent of the IRS. Internal Revenue Service, were the tax people. We used to go in those pajeros. I was actually a big boss over there. But then I chose to come over here for further studies. I did accounting and I love these computers and stuff. But because of the story, I'm getting to my story now. Because of the situation in America. You know, in America, it's hard when you have children. So we had children with my husband, and we decided, because he was earning good money, that I'll be home managing the money, managing the children, the schedules, making sure children go to martial arts. I remember my daughter did up to 3rd degree martial arts because black belt, 3rd degree, because I was there to do all that. So all that went well. And that's when I got introduced to Robert Kiyosaki. I talk about this. I won't go into detail, but I remember this little book came with my mail. That's when I got introduced to Robert Kiyosaki. And then I started learning from Robert. Oh my goodness. Because at that time, I was learning. You see this book? That's Susie. Susie Orman used to be a lot on Oprah. She was teaching the money habits. But then Robert took it to another level, the way he was teaching. Because he was introducing something very important that I want you, all of you. Remember I said, I'm sharing my story, please learn something from it. Robert introduced passive income. Passive income. I said, what is passive income? Because Susie were talking about you need to save, you need to handle money right, have what? You need to have what? An emergency fund. Those were her lessons. But this one took it to another level. He said, you need to have passive income. Money that will come whether you work or you don't. An example would be owning a house for rent. That would be, that people will pay money, right? It's your house. So those are the kind of lesson we need. And now I'm using this knowledge to create similar experiences online. So if you're close to me, I'll show you how to make passive income online, okay? So I got introduced to Robert, and remember that time I was because of Susie and listening to other people, I was new to America. By the way, I've been in America for 28 years, almost 30 now, and I'm an American citizen and all that. So I was learning the system. So they were talking about you need to save money for your children. If you start as soon as they're babies, and we're doing all that. Anything I was learning, I was telling my husband, let's do this. They say we have to save when they're young. Yes, we did all that. So everything was going good. When I was reading about Robert and he was talking about passive income, he said, make sure you have, as I'm speaking, please get out something. Make sure you create passive income, money that comes whether you work or you don't, that's enough to pay your bills. I remember doing martial arts, I was talking to some lady, I said, this guy says we have to make enough to, passively, to pay our bills. She said, wow, that will never happen to us. I remember the lady saying that, and I used to see them as people with money, but she saw that was too much. For me, I see that, we can achieve that. So that were the goals I had. How are you? Yoho, I don't know Yoho. Who is Yoho? Patience, good, how are you? You awake? Yeah, you haven't slept yet. I'm waiting for you, sister, to come learn, okay? I'm sharing my story. I don't know if you knew the whole story. I think you watched some of it. I shared it a long time ago. You've been around a lot. Okay, so let me stick with this. So you learn out something. I was learning passive income. We need to make some money that would create assets. Remember, that's what he talks about, create assets so that they bring me money whether I work or I don't. So that's where my mind was. I was saying, okay, now we saved for college. We set up the accounts for children in college, have a rental house, we have all these things. I said, okay, we're going to focus on this. So everything was going well until, that's my story now. One day my husband went to work, and around 11 a.m. there, I used to go to the gym. Everything was going well because I drop off my daughter to school, and then I go to the gym, and I sit in my little office. At that time, I was selling children's books online. So I knew about online marketing, but not making much money because it didn't matter really. We had enough, like we were middle class, really good. So a call came. My husband had left around 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and I got a call from a friend. I remember I was even seated at my desk like this. I took the call and said, you know what? Something bad just happened. He said, my husband, I won't say the name, but he said the name. He had just had a serious accident, and I got a call, so I really found them putting him in an ambulance. So I was able to see him. He didn't look good. So I said, what's the situation? But he said, the only good thing I saw, that he was able to talk to me. He saw me and he knew who I was, and he said, take my car home. So that's what he had told him, to bring the car home, because they were taking him to the hospital, right? That day created a nightmare. Up to now, it's still a nightmare because it changed everything. So, a long story short, when I went to see him in the hospital, it was so big like this. The only thing that was working on his body, normal, was, okay, you could see his face. For some reason, the face didn't become big like the whole body. His face was fine, and he could speak. So the lesson, remember I said I'm sharing lessons? There are lessons already. I already told you about passive income. I already told you about having savings for emergency fund, Susie. Make sure you have money for saving at least 6 months bills. They say 8 months bill that money can pay your bills for at least 8 months in passive. We had all that, by the way. Sorry, not in passive, in your savings account. And I just dropped another tip. When you have children in USA, make sure you have college fund. Start it when you're babies. 529 plans. If you know about 529, go ask about 529. So I had settled all those things up, and everything was good. But this day changed everything. Because, like I said, I'm about to drop another lesson. Because the only thing known about him was the face, and because even the neck, they tied it up, everything. Have someone who, especially if you are in a relationship, husband, wife, access to the money. Because if we didn't have a relationship where I could have access our account, you know how you have a husband and wife, and the man is in charge of their money, the wife doesn't even know what's going on, it would have been so horrible. Because he could not even sign a check. He didn't have hands to sign a check. So I was able to deal with the situation, and that helped a lot. Having a joint account where you have access. Because even in his account, he had given me, put my name, although I was not even like getting into his money or stuff, in the other account, but he had my name. He was smart, he had my name on it. So it helped a lot. Because this nightmare took at least 9 months for him to get back to even doing something. Because even after that, his right hand could not work anymore. It was just the left hand. So there is so many lessons for that. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all this, you wonder why I ended up here, like working online. Because at that time, okay, because remember when we're going through all this, I could not work, he could not work. Now you wonder what happened. I know as people who come from other countries, you have so many responsibilities. You still have responsibilities in the country you came from, your mom, your mom, we both had our moms, we send money every month, like a lot of responsibilities. How do you deal with all that, right? And to make it a long story, to make it worse, the bills. Have you ever seen a hospital bill that comes and has 300,000 on it? I had one time a lady had twins, and she said she was billed 2 million. 300,000? America. Wow. Okay. They took good care of him, but this was crazy. The crazy bills. The bills for doing the x-rays. But when you go for physical therapy, because they were doing the physical therapy. Every time you come back, they want to see how the body is doing. So they say, go do more x-rays and bring more x-rays. Crazy. So anyway, by the end of all that, remember I'm taking care of him. I can't get out. By the time he came a little bit independent, he was in a wheelchair, I had to say, okay, now I have to figure out how to make some money. Money is gone. And because I remember the model we had, I was at home, although I had the education, I never got into the system of working in America and said, what do I do? Yeah, thank you for that. Oh, Pamela is here. Sorry, I wasn't reading your comment. So I said, I have to do something. And I remember I said, if I learned, because I would say cleaning brings in money quickly, right? So I said, if I go learn to clean really well, I could get some money quickly. So I went and read in the Yellow Pages. I remember that time I said, which one is the best cleaning company here where I live? So I found the name. I said, I'm going to go there and ask for a job. So, but the intention is to learn how do you clean a house really well. So I learned over there for 2 months. And I started cleaning homes. You know, when I tell stories that maybe you don't have groceries at home, cleaning is very good. But that wherever you are, if you want tips from me to teach you about the cleaning business, I'll share because I know. It's the only thing that's guaranteed to bring you money. Because when you go, you come back with money. Very few people pay on the say we'll pay you later. No, you find your money. So you could leave home without money. You come back with money. You go grocery shopping. Yeah, I like that. You don't say, oh, we'll pay you next week. Only, I'm about to mix in another language. Only if it was an office. If it's an office, though, they use the invoices, they pay you at the end of the month, 30 days. That's fine. But these homes, you go, you come back with cash. So that was very good. So all that, actually, I created a real business out of it. If you are in USA and you know something about Angie's List, I put my cleaning company in Angie's List, and we were cleaning. I hired girls, and everything was great. And around that time, then I was growing. I was becoming, older. I remember I was around like 48. Right now I'm 56. That's what I said. But okay, cleaning is good, but I'm not going to do this forever, right? I have to figure out a way to get out of it. Also, something else happened, which I share for those of you who do business. I shared something about paying employees. That's a lesson for people who pay employees, especially in USA. When you pay employees, there are rules. There are rules that if they work over 40 hours, for those of you who are employees, you know it. It's cool for you if you're an employee. It's not cool for an employee. If they work over 40 hours a week, you have to pay them time and a half. I remember that time cleaning, the best one, the one who didn't, like the average, I would pay them like $10 an hour, $12 an hour. But if they went and cleaned over 40 hours a week, now the 10 becomes 15, the 12 becomes, because of the time and a half. It became so expensive to maintain these people because what happened, I was sort of smart that when we had these homes where people live, right? I started putting in homes of people moving. Like people are moving, it's empty. That's why I made the most money. Like you come and clean all the fridges and ovens and all that stuff. That's where they make the most money. Ceiling fans, you make it really good. But it was creating a problem because people, because when we clean the regular homes and then we had these empty homes and the girls loved them, they were putting in so many hours. Oh my God. So the time and a half became so much. And you have to pay the payroll taxes and all this stuff, Social Security and all that goes with being an employee. So I have a CPA. Everything I do, I send to a CPA. Every money, every month, you send the record. They do the payroll. But I remember that time, the end of the year comes, tax season, like right now. Wow, she produced the results of that previous year. How much did we make? We made a loss. I could not believe it. My day would start very early in the morning, take my daughter to school, go work the whole evening. In the evening, I'm going to see new homes, working so much. And she said, I made a loss. No. I said, why? Why did I make a loss? Remember the time and a half that I told you about? The employees were very expensive. The employees were too expensive. So that's when I said, I'm changing that model. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't know. Please just watch. For someone who is doing business, there is a lot to learn from what I'm saying. So if you are bored with my story, please skip forward. When you watch this later, I'm about to get into the tips, but I'll have to finish the story. So that's when I said, you know what? I'm not doing this employee thing, the time and a half stuff anymore. I can do time and a half a little bit if you work maybe 45 hours. But if you're going to work 60 hours, the girls loved it. They said, oh, we have a move out. Oh, that's good. They know they're making many hours and more money. But then we are creating a loss. So I started changing my business. I said, I'm going to switch it to less employees. Now you see, they say the employers are bad. Less employees. I wasn't hiring anymore. So we made it. I was now more focused. Then also COVID came. When the COVID came, it affected the cleaning business. You know why? Because we're not allowed to enter people's homes anymore. So that also was a lesson, right? Something that's happened around the same time. You know, things tend to happen around the same time. That's when you people saw me online more, because COVID happened and I was being here on my channel more and I was inviting you. That's when I started getting to online. And that's when I discovered affiliate marketing. You know, you hear me talk about affiliate marketing. It was introduced to me by the guy from 4% who talked about affiliate marketing. You know, you can just promote other people's products. I was hooked and I was making good commissions. I remember making a sale and making $700 in commissions just one time. I said, oh, this is cool. So I was hooked on affiliate marketing, but I was still doing the cleaning. But the model had changed. I said, we're going to do more empty homes. So I signed up, there was a property management company. Whenever they had empty homes, they would call us, we'll go clean them. So it gave me the flexibility to be online more. That's when you see I built this YouTube channel to be like this. So, but then there is another lesson. I'm about to tell you. Remember I said, as I'm speaking, there are lessons. Something happened. The lady, I'm not going to name real names, but just know that the lady, this company that were giving us the empty homes, we're like family. And I treated that company like it was my work. Like when they just say, oh, this address needs cleaning. Sometimes I was handling their logs, everything, and make sure the houses are all good. So, but then the husband died. The husband, the owners, the husband died. That was a sad story because I knew them. And I talked to the wife now. I said, what are you going to do with this business? Because we are all depending on it. And she said, no, I think he would have loved for us to keep going. So we kept going until, remember, another lesson is about to come. Until I would see that they were not sending work anymore. They would spend a month without sending any work. And another one, I said, what's going on? He said, oh, it's slow, it's slow. That was, I think, it took like 3 months for her to tell me the truth. She said, you know what? I sold it. I said, really? You sold it? And didn't even mention that you were selling it? He said, you see, he said it was confidential. I said, at least you would tell the people who have been depending on your business that, you know what? Something's happening. You better find some new contract somewhere. But she didn't mention. You know, when you see me do what I do with passion, I have a reason for it. Because you cannot depend on someone else's money. You cannot even if in your household, you cannot depend on your husband's money. Even if you're a husband, you cannot depend on your wife's money. It's not your money. Because the person can choose to do something different. You see what I mean? That's a lesson. You cannot say, oh, my husband has a lot of money. No, it's not your money. What if he changes his mind? Okay? Until you have something on your name, you cannot claim anything. So this business was sold and the owner didn't tell us. So many people were depending on that company because they were managing 400 properties at some point. They had people who do carpet cleaning. They had people who do painting. They had people who do yard work. They didn't tell anyone. They just sold the company. She just sold the company and didn't tell anyone. So you wonder what happened to all those people. That's a lesson. Create your own business, manage it, and know what's going on. But if you're depending on other people, that's why I love affiliate marketing, because now you are depending on different companies. You are depending on different companies. If one misbehaves, one doesn't pay you, another one will pay you. That's what I like also. Okay. Now, because of that, I said, now I go back and start over because COVID had messed up everything. I go start looking for new contracts at this age because I was 55? Actually, when that happened, I was about 56. No, I'm going all in online. And you know, God does his things. Because I was saying I'm going all in online. Already some of you, people like Pamela, Dr. Pamela, I had a plan for you. I had this plan that I wanted to do with Kenya. When I had that Wesley Virgin product, but then we made an appointment, it didn't appear, but God was creating something else. That's when Brian, the one I talk about, some of you, I'm talking about Brian right now. I'm about to end this story, by the way. Brian had this program he had, and I had paid for it, but then he announced that, you know what, I'm modifying it. Now I want to include some coaching and stuff. Brian introduces the best product around, the best product right now. Oh, Frederick, I didn't even invite you. You are here. Frederick, you are one of the people who drove me out of Africa. I've been teaching you. I said, come learn. You don't come. Now I left. I left. I'm in USA now. So Brian introduces the product. I looked at it. I said, wow, this is perfect. That's when I said, I'm dropping low ticket. I recorded videos here. I said, I'm dropping all that. I'm promoting Brian because he solves all the problems. We have something to give out for free. We have high ticket. We make $1,000 commissions. We have the low ticket in there too. That's why I'm now committed. I didn't tell all those stories of TikTok and all that. I have so many stories, but just know that I'm committed 100% online because of what happened to me. And I want you, the reason why you see that when I even give you my WhatsApp number, most people don't share their numbers. Why I do free Zooms for you. I had to pay for everything. I'm paying for every cost. I paid courses that cost $2,500, courses that cost $1,500, courses that cost $997. I pay. And the knowledge I see now. Now I'm ready to take it to another level. So if you want to come be in my community, I just told you a little bit about my life. That's why I'm so passionate. I don't want you to get into these mistakes of depending on other people and they do you those things. Okay, what are the lessons? What do you need to succeed online? Because so many people like that Fred, the one who just put in the chat, they came and left. So Fred and Dr. Pamela, I think you are not consistent. I know you're a doctor, you are very busy, but you need to post more. Come post more, okay? We will support you. I have another community now. Yeah, I can see. No. You need to be on me. I'm on Zoom. I have these Zooms, and you benefit a lot, Dr. Pamela, if I played your videos. Because remember, I'm in USA, so they pay you more. You should be close to me. I'm not doing Facebook as much. I do Zoom now, but only if you're going to be very useful in my community. Because you've been around, if you are providing value to our new people, I'll invite you to join my Zooms. That's where you do the learning. So what do you need? What do you really have to make sure you do if you're going to succeed online? Number one, I'm getting to the principles now. Know your why. Why are you doing it? Why? Okay, you want to come and learn what I do. You want to come and I say come learn how to make money on TikTok. How comes that? But why? It's not just about the money. Like for me, it's not about the money. It's about the independence. The other day I went to New York. I was recording videos from the New York Times Square. I don't have a schedule. I choose, sometimes I was on Zoom at 2 a.m. If someone wants to explain, I do. I don't have a schedule. I mean, no one is saying you must be here at this time or that time. No. If you want the flexibility, and that's your intention, especially if you have children, adult, are you here? If you are here, I think I'm at war with you. You have 2 young babies, but you're not taking this seriously. What I do here, and I call you to try to show you things for free, people don't do it for free. They charge you money. I used to pay for the Zooms, $50 an hour, to be with someone on Zoom to show you something. But if I'm here inviting you to do it, to show you for free, take it seriously. Your why, especially here in America, is to make sure you can be at home with your children. Because even when you send children to school, they're going to come back at 3 p.m., at 4 p.m. There's no one at home. Do you know they say that children who get out of line, things happen between school and the time the parents come home? So you have to make sure you have the flexibility to be home with your children. They call you, the child is sick, you can go to the doctor. You can take your children to do soccer practice, whatever. This gives you that flexibility. I'm into your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Me? That. And also to make sure I'm not depending on other people and who are going to sell their businesses without even telling me. No. I'm creating my own money. Okay? And the message in here, he told us, you are not going to be rich by being an employee. It's impossible. It's impossible. You have to figure out how to get on the other side. To be an investor, to be a business owner, that's where the freedom is. You tell me someone you know who is rich and everything is good, and they don't have some kind of investing or business. Tell me who. Only if they're corrupt, like the way they work, there's some corruption going on, because they can never give you a salary that's enough to build a house. Tell me, how much will you save? Only if you save slowly and buy like on a mortgage. But building a house on a salary, I don't think so. You have to figure out a way to put it into to grow. To grow, yeah. So that was number one. You have to know why you are doing what you're doing, because you have to keep strong. I'm about to interview Brian. Some of you who have watched Brian in the free course, I'm about to interview Brian. He has something beautiful he teaches. I'm going to see if you can share it when I interview him. The emotions that you go through when you choose to work for yourself. There's some emotions that happen. So if you know they're coming, you'll be ready. You'll be ready. The doubts, all these things are going to come, but you continue going. So number two, you have to believe in yourself. And the doubts will come at the beginning because you don't know. For example, if you are starting to post on TikTok or YouTube, you don't know how these things work, but you know how you get the confidence by learning and by being close to people who already know. Me, I'm already, or there are people, when I'm doing something and I see they're here, I always go. If they say they have a webinar, I'm always opting to go, because you learn from people who have done the thing. Okay? So as you learn, slowly, you gain the confidence. Believe in yourself. Believe you can do it. When I say, make sure you are around the right people. Because there are people, some people don't understand the things we're talking about. They don't. But make sure you go around the right people who are doing similar things, who will support you. That's why you need, Brian is what he created here, the community. We have this community, we go twice a week. And these people are all speaking about the same thing. You can tell them where you're struggling, they're going to help you. Yeah. So believe in yourself, believe you can do it. What you don't know, you can learn. Yeah, believe in yourself. Number three, be resourceful. What I mean, Tony Robbins talks about resourcefulness. Most people who have communicated with me, if you're watching me, you say, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. But especially, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. If it's $200, that's $50 every week. If you are in USA, you can surely find $50 a week. If you can't find it from the groceries you buy, and you say, you know what, I'll take off that. Instead of buying chicken, I'll buy beans. You save to get to the 50, because that's how you get to the 200 a month. Be resourceful. Some people say, look around your house. What can you sell? Something you own already. You go put it on eBay and sell it and make the money, because this, you are investing in yourself. You are investing in yourself. There will never be a time when everything is okay, when everything is everything's lined up. No. If you can figure out the 200, the first one, you're going to figure out the next 200 the next month. But you have to start. Because once you start, they say once you start, you stretch your brain. Now your brain becomes creative. You say, okay, where can I get the next one? You're in America. If you have a car, go drive it. Take someone somewhere. Have an arrangement with someone and say, you know what? I'll pick you up from work every day. You pay me $10 or something until you make the 50. Be resourceful. That's Tony Robbins. If you want to go find Tony Robbins on YouTube and what he talks about resourcefulness, yes, because no one, if I like to autobiographies, when people tell their stories, I love it a lot, because you see that all those people you see, they struggled. They struggled. They slept on their friend's couch. They walked. They cleaned. In fact, when I'm talking about resourcefulness, let me share a simple story really quickly. When we go online here, there's a company called ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels, That's why we build our business. You think about if you have like a local shop, a local store where you sell things. You need this. You need the tools where you put your stuff. You need if you sell like things that need to be weighed, you need a scale. You need the tools to use to do the business, right? So ClickFunnels is what we need online. That's where you set up your email to be automated. That's the where you anchor them. That's where you set everything up. So ClickFunnels costs $97 every month. I'm sharing a short story. It costs $97 every month about resourcefulness. This young man, he knew that for him to create a business online, he needed ClickFunnels, but he didn't have a single dime. He didn't have the 97. And this 97 is every month. I paid, by the way. I paid every month. It's painful, but I keep on continuing to pay because that's how everything runs. So what he did, it has a 14-day trial. Like when you get it, they give it to you for free for 14 days. So if you come to me, I would say, please, in fact, I was telling people, please don't sign up yet. Wait. So when you come online and you are sure what you want to promote, what he did was he said, okay, I'm going to, you can promote it too. So when you promote ClickFunnels, you earn 40% commissions. It's about $38 a month. So people say 40. So whenever they pay the 97, you earn 40. Whenever they pay 97, you earn 40. So if you can have 2 people, in fact, a little bit over 2 people, okay, to sign up for ClickFunnels, now they cover your monthly. So what he did, he had that plan and he said, you know what? I'm going to design funnels and give them out for free. Because you can give out a free funnel to a doctor to capture emails or another one. People who have money, who can afford to pay the monthly, so you can earn the 40. So what he did, he designed these funnels and started giving them out. But he knew he had to start his own business. In fact, when he quit, he was working for ClickFunnels. He said, I'm going to make $1 million here on YouTube. And he did. But he was so resourceful. So he waited to start his own tribe. And he gave it to 2 other people. So when the people started paying, and he started the trial, they were paying his bill. That's called being resourceful. And from that, he created something big right here. He didn't have it because at home he had a wife and they had only 1 car. They had 3 children. He didn't have a second car. Do you know he was riding on a bike, on a bike, not a motorcycle, but a bike here in America. A person who had a college degree. He was riding on a bike because he knew they had only 1 car. He couldn't take it away from his wife. He was riding a bike. He said he was going to a bike. He was going to a conference somewhere and he had to hide his bike somewhere. He didn't have internet. He would go hide in the school gym or something to have this good internet to do his work. Oh, talk about resourcefulness. He did it and he succeeded. He made the $1 million. It took him a year. USA dollars we're talking about. Right now, he's a guru, he's a coach. But when you hear the story, that's resourcefulness, okay? Number 4, I said, okay, know your why, believe in yourself, be resourceful. I think I'll stop there on the principles. Let's go on the habits. The habits are what you need to succeed. It's not just online, but everywhere in life. Time. You have to manage your time wisely. When I talk about time management, I say, get the 24 hours and mark them. How are you using them? Try it. Mark them 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, day and night. And mark what you did at every hour. You see what happened. You see that you just wasted so much time. So all I say, find just 1 hour. To do what I do, you're going to start with just 1 hour just to learn. If you are not going to do it like the way I do it, but just to start to be consistent, take out 1 hour and say, you know what? Like that man, he used to say that he would come home and do everything else, make sure the kids are in bed, support the wife. He would sit on his computer to do what he does. Some people do it in the evening. Some people do it early morning before they go to work. But you have to be consistent. Like Brian, he used to say that he had a lunch break because, some of you know Brian. He's now a millionaire, but when he was starting out, he was working in a restaurant as a waiter. So he knew that he had a 1 hour break somewhere. And then he used it a lot. So you find where you're going to find your 1 hour or 30 minutes. But you have to commit to this. Yeah? And then that was time. Consistency. consistency. In fact, you know who is going to force you to be consistent? These apps. So if you came on TikTok and you think you're going to post there one video a week, they'll forget you. You are not serious. TikTok wants at least one video every single day if you want to grow on TikTok. And there's a way we turn one video into 3 videos. This is how you do it. If you had just one video in the morning, you post it, and someone comes and posts a comment, you just go respond to a comment with the video. That's video number 2. Then you go respond later in the evening on another comment with the video. Just got 3 videos from one. That's how you grow on TikTok. On YouTube, you can do something similar. 1 video a week. Then YouTube created something where you just cut out from that long video, like the one I'm doing right now. I can come back and cut it up. But YouTube is doing it for us now. So you cut it up and post them as shorts. So like YouTube right now, to succeed, you need a long video once a week and a short at least once a day. But you can take a short from TikTok and post it on YouTube. But for me, I don't agree with that because the mode is different. The mode on YouTube is different, but some people do it. You bring a dancing video from over there and put it on YouTube. You could do that and put it on Instagram, everywhere. But it's best to create separate videos for the platforms. But you can, there is even Snap Kit that you can use to remove the logo from the watermark from TikTok as you post on other platforms. You can do that. But you have to be careful about the music, because the music in TikTok, allowed in TikTok, may not be allowed in YouTube. So you have to be careful about that. That's why you want to be around people like us who are doing this thing. Okay? Now, we talked about being consistent. Yes, at least one video every day for TikTok. I'm talking just about TikTok and YouTube these days because that's where I'm focused. Instagram is a different story. Facebook, those are other stories. Yeah, you have to do those. So they have their own rules. YouTube, I said, at least one video a week. If you just do one video a week, you'll be okay with the shorts every day. Then another thing, remember I said time management, consistency, now continuous learning. Wow, that one, woo, you cannot escape it. If you don't like to learn, you can't do this business. Things change almost every day. YouTube updates every week. Every week, there's something new going on with YouTube. TikTok, I don't know how many times they change things. Some you just see them. As you are doing something, you say, oh, that changed. Oh, this changed. So you figure out where to get your updates. But updates are coming. So you have to know, like us who do affiliate marketing, things are always changing. Like Legendary Marketer, I promote Legendary Marketer, they just switched now. Anyone who's been using numbers in their videos, they do screenshots and put them in their videos, they are not allowed in Legendary Marketer now. So you have to keep up with what's going on. And you know what? It keeps me young. You see, I'm 56 years. I like learning. Like when they come, okay, what's new? Let's do it. Like before, we didn't have these shorts on YouTube. They brought the shorts. It's good. Then they connected them to the long one. It's good. Like when they're updating for the better. So what's the problem? We do it. Okay, that's number 3. Time management, consistency, continuous learning, networking. By the way, as I'm talking about this, you think about the job you do. Because for me, I have a quarrel with someone who says, I don't have the time. I don't have the... Do you know how much time you are giving your employer? So everything I just said here, think about the time. You spend so many hours with your employer. You go maybe drive a whole hour to go to work. You drive another hour to come home. You give all this time to that employer. But you can't give 1 hour to yourself. You think about it. And that person can fire you in one day. So please take 1 hour and give it to yourself. You said, this is mine. This is mine. Number 2, I said consistency. So if you can be consistent, going to work every day, setting those alarms, wake up, you don't even want to wake up, but you do it anyway for someone else who's paying you maybe $20 an hour, whatever they're paying you, right? You can't do it for yourself. You can't set an alarm for yourself on a day off and you say, you know what, this is mine. You block everything off. This is mine. Because if you can have 1 hour on a Saturday or a Sunday, do you know you can record enough videos for the whole week? You record enough videos for the whole week. You said, this is my time. Okay? So, because I wanted to relate it to how you're doing it for someone else, but you can't do it for yourself. And we know what they do. They call it other people's. Robert talks about OPM and OPT. I have the OPM one right here. This means other people's money. And then he has an OPT, other people's time. He said, you know how we make money? Because we use other people's time. And whose time is it? Yours. So if the rich people are using your time to create their millions, why don't you take just a little bit of that time and create your own? I'm passionate about this. Okay? So then I said the continuous learning. I remember when I left Uganda Revenue Authority, those people, they were taking us to school every month. You have to go to Nakawa, you have to learn. You have to learn that, you have to learn this. You're always learning, but for the job. But you cannot learn for yourself. Yet when you learn for yourself, especially if you're young, it's going to help your children. You're going to treat children, the legacy you're creating. So be open to learning, okay, at your job, but also here. Number, like when I say it's just 90 minutes, Brian just created a course for you for free, and you don't have 90 minutes to go watch it. You know how many of you have come and I gave you the link to the free course, but you put in your email, never bothered to go watch the course. It's free. That makes me very sad. Okay. Networking. When you're at work, you network. You network because if you want the promotions, you have to connect with the people and all that. So the way we network online, we just have friends. You follow them, they follow you. You go add comments on their videos, they add comments on your videos. You are connecting. Then you as you start getting to like what I'm doing, we create communities. We also collaborations. That's what you do online. You do it still at your work. You can do it online. It gets you paid. Okay. Then the other point I wanted to say, adaptability. Yes, you have to adapt to what's changing. These apps are forcing us to do it. You have no choice. Like when they say, okay, this music, you can't use it anymore, you change. Okay, now you can't put links in the TikTok shorts anymore, we change. So you have to be. By the way, when I was young, I didn't like things that changed like that. I remember when I first finished my first degree and I started the job, I didn't like bosses who was changing. Now this one is changing and this one is changing. But if you're around me now, wow, things change and you adapt. With this technology, we have to adapt what to do. So let me stop because I think I'm about to stop anyway. It became too much. I'm talking too much. Just know that when you are online and you want to grow, people to buy from you, assume you want to do what I do, which is affiliate marketing, just promote products to get paid. People buy from people they know, people they like, people they trust. They have to feel like they know you. They're like family. Family feels like he knows me. I never seen him like physical like this. No, but I see him. I watch his videos. He comes to my chat. I go to his chat. We feel like we know each other. So you feel like you know the person, then you like the person, and you trust the person. So once you can achieve that online, you just created yourself a brand. Just give it a name. I'm giving mine a name. Now we come to this one. Take a Step to a Better You. Do you know I named my Take a Step to a Better You 5 years since I came to online? I came up with this. I wanted to name it a little bit something shorter, but they were all taken. So this is the only one I could get. I said, take a step to a better you. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you see it up there. Take the step. Either you take it or you don't. But if you don't take it, believe me, as I'm speaking right now, your life is going to be the same next year or worse. So take the step. Do you know the step I'm asking you to take? Please make a comment about this. Would you buy this? How much would you pay for this? You buy it for your family. You keep reminding them. If you don't take the step, it's up to you. You take the step. You show your children, take your step. Your husband, take your step. Your wife, take your step. Everyone takes a step. And taking a step, it depends what you want to achieve. It could be taking a step to learn something. It could be taking a step to lose weight. It could be taking a step to, like for us Muslims, we just finished Ramadan. I want to learn Quran, learn another language. Whatever that thing you have to do it. Take the step though. And it's not going to happen unless you do it. And if you teach your children, you know me, I'm a grandma now. If you don't tell your children to teach them to be independent, to do the things for themselves, that they're doing, oh, I'm getting good grade because if I don't get good grade, my mom would be mad. No, it's your life. So you have to teach them that it's their life. When they take the step, it helps them, not you. The grades, they're good for them. If they're not good, in the end, it's their life. So if you can teach them to be in charge of their education early enough, like whatever they do is affecting them, you just achieved a big, big, big thing. Okay, so anyone who has a question, ask me. But what I'm going to do, the other thing maybe I'll end with, I say, we all have limiting beliefs. Doesn't matter who you are, you have them. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. Now I don't know how to do that. I don't know if I'll ever do that. Or like you, the doubts, all those things, they come for all of us. Now, that's when we learn affirmation. That's when we learn meditation. That's when we create I am statements. If you feel you're not confident, I cannot appear in front of a camera. You say, yes, I can. I am confident. I am confident. You keep repeating it until you do it. You know, when you come to my community, I'll help you start recording videos. If you think you're scared of that, I'll say, record the first one, send it to me, record it again. Because when you are on YouTube, it's a little bit challenging because it's like this. When you are recording, you don't do this. When you are on YouTube, it has to be like this. Now the challenge is to know where the camera is. So you may find someone speaking, but they are facing over there. Their eyes are over there, yet they should be over here. So you have to master that. And once you do that, you'll be good. And now you can start with shorts. They have shorts too. So you can do it. Anyone with a question, what do you take away from what I just said? In the description here, I have, my other came on, excuse me, please. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to go so long. The adhan is close by. For Muslims to understand, it's time for prayer. So, sorry about that. I'm going to not take it out. It just means time for prayers. Ask me any questions, please. If you have any questions, in the description, I have a link. There's some of you who are already promoting something. If you are already promoting something, especially if it doesn't belong to you, you are doing like affiliate marketing. By the way, Flex, Frederick, you could actually benefit from this, but it costs $97. Brian has created this, he calls this a content arc that shows you what to say when you're promoting things, what you need to start with, what you need to send your second video, like that. So if you want that, I have a link in the description below. You can go buy it. It's $97. It's really good. It's going to teach you why people buy, their emotion and stuff like that. And then what you say, 17 videos. It gives you ideas for 17 videos. By the time you go through all that, you're going to have your own ideas. Then I have another link for those, especially in USA, if you want to learn what I do, which is high ticket affiliate marketing. You earn up to $1,000 commissions. That's good. And I figure you make sure you connect with me. So when you click it, it's going to take you to my email and my WhatsApp number. Then you connect with me, you ask any question. It also takes you to Brian's free course. So if you want to do that, do that. Okay, but it starts off connecting with me. If you are not in what the so-called developed countries, because this one is not available everywhere, just watch the video on top of my channel. We call it the trailer. You can send me a message or just leave a comment on this video and say, what about me? I mean, where? Botswana, what do I do? Well, do you have something for me? Yes, I'll recommend Partner with Anthony for you. But this one is, the audience mostly is USA right now, but it's UK, Canada, Australia, UAE, Saudi Arabia is good. In Africa, South Africa only. Pamela, Dr. Pamela, thank you for your time. But they didn't include you in this one. But we have Partner with Anthony for you. You don't have the time for that. You're a doctor. You already have a lot of money, right? Okay, thank you all so much. Ask me anything. Now I'm done with, that's my story. What did you learn from it? I feel like there's a lot in that story. There's a lot to learn. But the conclusion is, it's your life. Make sure, don't give away your power. It doesn't matter if you're a husband or wife. Don't ever give away your power, the financial power. Make sure you have money you call your own. Okay, that's how I conclude it. And have the skills. The world is changing. We are now into ChatGPT. If you don't know what ChatGPT is, you are behind with the times. Dr. Pamela, have you used ChatGPT? If you have not used ChatGPT, do you know you are behind? Let me put ChatGPT in there. So, some of you who want to go on Zoom with me, after that prayer, you had the other. I'm going to be on Zoom to answer any questions. Those of you who want to know how to set up your TikTok account, and if you want to start this free course, or if you want the other one that shows you what to say in your videos, just put chat. If you right there, chat with me and tell me that you want to be on Zoom. I'll share a Zoom link with you. Then a little bit later, maybe we'll go do a TikTok live. We'll see. Please like it. I want to know, what did you learn from what I just said? Especially some of you who have been here a while. I know this took a long time. Irene K. Oh, you want Zoom? Okay. Are you in my WhatsApp? Irene, are you in my, where are you? Which country? Are you in my WhatsApp? Because if you are not in my WhatsApp, you have to get to my WhatsApp. Let me see. I'll get a link for you. Let's go on Zoom. Zoom. But those of you who want to get to the books, reach that for that books, you know, they are very important books. There's a link below in the description. This time I put it out for you. You can, because I've been talking about those books without sharing the link to them. Then I went and signed up on Amazon. Now you can, let me get a link for you to get to my WhatsApp, okay? But it depends what you want. Virginia, USA. Okay, Irene, oh, I know you. So tell me, do you want to learn affiliate marketing? Because I have different ways of getting to me through WhatsApp. If you want to learn what I do, then let me share the one that's gonna get you to the free course. Please, let's take care of business. Please, just do it for me. Do it for me, because I want you, like when the emergencies come, like the ones that came to me, that you are more prepared. We were prepared, by the way. We were, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough because the thing that happened was too big. It was too big. I'm telling you. Okay, I'm giving you a link to take you to the free course, okay? But before you get to the free course, you get to my WhatsApp. I'm putting it in the chat right now. I think, Irene, you're already in my phone number, right? Are you, Miss Irene? Are you already in my phone number? I think so. If I share, okay. Here is the link. Go do that. But the better way would be, because I'm going to pray first before I open up the Zoom, the better way would be to go, click on the link, and go put in go connect with Brian. You see, everything is clear. If you keep reading what I'm suggesting, you're going to get to Brian. There's no credit card required. All you have to do is put in your name here and email address. You're sending it to me. Then the email I gave you, check your emails to see that there is a purple email. I made it purple. It has a link to Brian. If you started off like lesson 1 and 2, it will help a lot, because you would come to Zoom knowing what we're talking about. It's a short, the whole thing is 90 minutes. So he has 6 minutes in lesson 2. I think he has like 15 minutes in lesson 1. If you finish those 2, I'll be glad, because now you know what we're talking about. Okay, I just shared in the chat. Tap on that and you can leave at this point. You can go and send me a message, because when you tap that link that I just put it's gonna get you to my WhatsApp number. Make sure you check your emails. Give it like 2 minutes. After I put your email, give like 2 minutes, check your real email. You see one from me, Sherifa. Okay, Sherifa. And please, the thing I'm seeing now with the new generation, people forget. They get distracted really quickly. So be on it. Miss Irene, be on it. You are here in Virginia like me. Be on it until you send me a message. At least connect with me. And then later, let's see, what time is this? By 5:30, I should be on Zoom. I'll share a link when I'm on Zoom. Today, I want it to be Zoom day. So because it's Sunday, people have some time. Then in the night, we can take care of the TikTokers. I'll go on TikTok later. You see, I do what I choose. I do what I choose. And I want that for you too. The freedom, okay? Okay, anyone with a question? Do you have any comments? Those who had my story? It's a scary story. I'm telling you. Woo! All the books are falling while we are live. What's going on? The books fell. I put them back. Okay, you didn't put any comment for me. Did you like this? I'm going to show it off with more in my videos, and then I'm going to put it on YouTube right here. I qualify to have much. You come to my community. I want to grow. I want to have people around me. We are all doing the same thing. Like what we did with Pamela. Pamela, we grew his channel and then he disappeared. Do you know Pamela? Once we got monetization, he disappeared. We didn't see you anymore. You'd be making bigger bucks now. Yes, thank you so much. So I think I'm closing this one. If you have any questions, please type in the chat. Let me see if you have any. Again, in the description, I think I'll put it in the, after we finish this, I'll put it also in the pinned comment. The link will take you to the free course. Remember, I talked about resourcefulness. So please don't give, I don't have $200 as a reason. No. We can, if we are in America, we are blessed people. The fact that you can access the American system and you have a social security number and you can ask for a job, no one is going to say you don't have a work permit. It's a blessing. So let's use it while we can. And let's do these things while we can, because you could be sick. So if you're sick, you can't do anything. Let's do things while we can. Let's take action right now. No time to waste, because we don't know what's coming tomorrow. Yes, I made my point. I shared my story for a reason. Hopefully it's going to motivate you to take action. Yeah, create assets. You know, at least this one happened. At least you have some money over there and some money coming from over here. And we're going to do it online here. Because if you have some passive income, do you know that a YouTube channel can be sending you money too? If you have your YouTube channel, it can be paying money as people are watching your videos. Right now I have almost 1,000 videos. As people watch videos, YouTube will send you something. Will send you something every month. Okay? Thank you all so much for watching it. Sorry it's long. It was long, but I shared it for a reason. Hopefully you're going to take out something. Watch my other videos. I have many videos, man. But right now the easiest way to make money is TikTok. TikTok. Then as you master TikTok, then we'll bring in YouTube and any other you choose. Yeah, but TikTok is faster. Thank you all so much for watching. Now I have to go. Okay, I'll wait for you. In about 30 minutes, we're going to be on Zoom. Bye-bye.